Hello and welcome again to Swing Essentials. Thank you for coming back. We appreciate the business. We've got you here next to Bryson DeChambeau, and what we're going to do is we're going to go over two things today. One from the face-on view and one from the down-the-line view. What we're going to start with the face-on view is weight transfer. How are we getting our weight from the back foot to the front foot? And then we're going to have that lead into how to stop that over-the-top move from happening. So let's begin. Again, we've got Bryson DeChambeau here on the right, and what I want to highlight is his hips. Now, if you look at his hips here, they are just a little bit pointed down the target line at address. What does that do to his spine angle? So his spine angle is pointed a little bit toward his front foot. Ours is pointed right at the golf ball. Now, why is that a big deal? Because when he takes the club back, he turns along that line. Now look at all the space he has to bring that club from the inside to the golf ball. Secondly, notice that right foot. That right foot has all the weight on our inside foot. That allows him to push off, keep the head still, and finish nice and high on his toe. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at our swing here on the left. Again, really like the posture. Hands are in a good spot. But I'd like to see those hips just a little bit more tilted so that our middle of the shirt here is a little bit more pointed toward our left toe. A little bit of tilt caused by a hip slide to the left will allow us to come back inside to the golf ball. But here's really what I want to highlight. Again, really good turn. But what I can see is I can see the under part of your right shoe here. That tells me that that weight is really on the outside of the foot, and it's going to be hard for you to push off and come back into the golf ball. So what has to happen? The head has to drop. The hands have to release early, and we lose a lot of distance with that. So what we're going to do at the end of the lesson today is we're going to give you a ball drill. The ball drill is to simply put a golf ball underneath that right foot so that as you take the club back, we want to make sure that that weight doesn't get too far on that right part of your right foot. If you can keep that weight on the inside part of your right foot, you'll be able to bring those hands closer to you on the downswing and help eliminate that over the top move. So only two things to worry about on the face-on view. One is let's go ahead and tilt a little bit. You can see that kind of right there so that we get a little bit more of a tilt with the hips there. Again, that right knee kind of coming in, getting everything going down the line because that helps our spine angle as we take the club back. And then secondly, let's go ahead and make sure that we keep that weight on the inside of that right foot there rather than on the outside of that right foot there. And that will significantly help your consistency, your ball striking, and length. So let's go ahead and move to the down the line view. Okay, let's move on to the down the line view. We've got you here next to Tommy Fleetwood. I really like Tommy Fleetwood's golf swing because it is really simple and compact. Really like your setup here. You can tell you've been working really hard on this. The only thing that I would take a look at is those hands seem kind of high. And if the hands are high at address, then the chances that you're going to bring it in a little bit inside increase. And that's something that we don't want. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to lower those hands so that the club shaft really comes through the belt buckle. And what that's going to do is that's going to help you get that club a little bit more outside and on plane. So here's what I mean by that. What you can see here is Tommy Fleetwood takes this club above that plane, and then as he comes down, he tries to hit that line on the way down. When we come through our plane, you can see that we're under it. Okay? And again, that little inside move throws us over the top a little bit. Again, a lot of good hand-eye coordination here. And one thing that I want to highlight, and again, you can see it a little bit here, but I really wanted to highlight this because this is a pro move. That wrist of yours right there, it doesn't get better than that. Your left wrist at the top of your swing is in a good position. What we have to work on is getting those hands a little more up here. So how do we do that? How do we get that club a little bit above that plane so that we can get our hands higher? One simple drill will help, and I'll give you two here. The first is we're going to put a head cover or something where Tommy Fleetwood's stick is here. And we're going to put it just to the right and behind the golf ball. And what we're going to do is, if we put a head cover there, we want to make sure that we miss it coming through. So as you can see, if I had that head cover right where Tommy Fleetwood's golf ball is as he comes through, he comes on an in to out line and he completely misses that head cover where it would be. So that's a great drill to start. The second drill is we've got to make sure that that club comes a little bit more straighter back. So in the drill that you're going to see coming up, we're going to put a golf ball behind your golf ball and we're going to have you drag it back. If you drag it back straight, that club gets more along this line. Okay? If we drag it back and that golf ball comes this way, we're more inside, and that's not where we want to be. We want that to make sure that golf ball goes straight back. So again, only really two things to look at here. The first is, let's get those hands just a little lower so that that club shaft, if extended, would go through the belt buckle, not kind of the chest there, but through the belt buckle. So let's get those hands just a little lower to dress, and that's going to help us on our second thing that we can work on, which is bringing that club a little bit back more straight. And again, if we can get this move down, that is really, really going to help. So one last tip. Given that it's getting winter and we're indoors, is if you are in your basement or living room, if you back up against a wall, so this blue line is a wall, and you take that club back, that club should not hit that wall. Okay. So see it here on the right, the club's not going to hit the wall till really kind of the top of the swing, right, up here. So his hands are more than hip high before that club ever touches that wall. Okay. So that's a really good drill for the winner, is can we get our hands higher than our hips before that club will touch that wall. And that's going to get you on a better plane. Again, thank you so much for choosing Swing Essentials. We've got some video tips that we talked about that we're going to put at the end of the video, and we really look forward to hearing to you soon. Again, really good job. Really a lot of great stuff that we're seeing from your practice sessions. Thank you again for choosing Swing Essentials, and we'll see you shortly. Hi, my name is AJ Nelson, PGA Golf Professional at Swing Essentials, and this is your tip of the month. What I see a lot of my students do is on the backswing, what they'll do is they'll sway, and that's getting the right knee over the right, outside the right toe. So how do you fix this? Pretty simple. Simply drop a ball, step on it. Step on it using the outside of your foot so that when you come back, your knee's nice and braced. What does that do? That allows you to not throw the club, come back inside, and allows you to get back to the ball. Hit good shots, hopefully just like this. And that's your tip of the month. Hi, my name's AJ Nelson, PGA member, and this is your golf tip. If you bring that club too far inside and come over the top, hopefully this drill will help you. Put a tee right behind your target line of two golf balls. Put your club in between the two golf balls. What you're trying to do is you're trying to drag this golf ball back to that tee. If it goes inside like that one did, you're probably too far inside. So the goal of this drill is to get your club started on the proper line. Hopefully you can take that club and learn to get it just outside the tee or hit the tee, and then you can raise it up and you're on the correct plane to get back to the golf ball. That's your golf tip if you're missing it right or coming over the top, is to drag that second golf ball back to the tee. You'll be starting on the correct line, you'll hit more fairways. Great job and good luck on the golf course.